to log on to what we're doing here tonight, and we're going to dive right in with some information that I believe could be life-changing for you and your family. So welcome, my name is Rachel Garcia. I'm going to be sharing some information with you tonight that could be, like I said, life-changing for you and your family. I don't know what you're on for. I don't know what you're looking for. And as Americans, I'll tell you, we do not walk around with signs that say, I haven't pooped in a week and I'm in pain. I haven't slept in the last 3 nights. I have horrible insomnia and don't know what to do with it. Or I don't have enough money to pay my electric bill this month. We don't walk around with signs that say these things. And so we never know who this is for. And my assumption is that somebody invited you to take a look at this, thinking that there might be something I'm going to share tonight that could impact your life. So they cared about you enough to say, hey, take a look at this. It impacted my life. I feel passionately about it. I'm sharing it with you. And my job is to give you enough information that you can make an educated decision on whether or not this is for you or not. So I first looked at this in 2008. At the time, I was practicing medicine full-time as a physician assistant, and I had 2 small children, 9 months old and 3 years old, and I was really frustrated with the lack of free time that I had, time to spend with my kids. I had hired a nanny who was essentially raising my boys. They called her mom, and that drove me bananas because I had 2 miscarriages before my first child, and there were moments when I thought I couldn't be a mom. So I have these 2 kids. I'm working all the time. I'm making great money as a PA, but I'm looking for a way to still live above our means, but also have time with my children. Now, there are some people who would say, well, why don't you just, be a stay-at-home mom? Don't work so much. I grew up in a family that had 7 children. I have 6 siblings. My parents got divorced when I was 14, and my mom essentially had to pay for all of us by herself. And we did not have very much. And I decided as a teenage girl, that would never be me. I would never be somebody who couldn't buy the yearbook for my child at the end of the year because we didn't have the money for that. I wanted to always be able to have enough to give to my kids and to not do without. So I learned very early on, work, get good grades, get a good job, and make good money. And I did that all the way through high school, college, got into PA school, got offers in the highest paid specialties a PA can be paid in. Now, I went to PA school to help people, but along the way, I wanted to make sure that I was making enough income that I would never have to worry about money. And so here I was making enough money. I didn't have to worry about money, but I never saw my kids. And so I was trying to figure out ways to create additional streams of income. I was thinking about laundromats, car washes. I'm in the OR cutting cancers out of patients thinking, am I going to give up Fridays for the rest of my life and never go on field trips? What else can I do? And so in 2007, my husband opened his own construction company, and I opened a skincare retail store in 2008. So we invested over $100,000 in these businesses. We were both still working full-time jobs, so we literally had no time. And my brothers called me and asked me to take a look at this business. And I said, I have no time. I'm not interested in your business. I've just invested $100,000 in 2 other businesses. I don't have time for a shower. I'm not interested in your business. And they were very persistent and said, we want your feedback on the nutrition side of things. Newsflash, a lot of medical people don't know a lot about nutrition. We're taught a lot about pharmacologic medication in medical school, but not about nutrition, which is actually kind of backwards and crazy. And I can tell you a book to read to explain why that is. But I didn't know a lot about nutrition. And my nephew was diagnosed with severe autism in 2008. And that was my trigger to go start doing research on nutrition. So I was, in the depths of this nutrition research when my brother said, you've got to take a look at this company. I got involved with this company because of what I found. I got involved with this company because of the 30 years of clinical research, or I should say clinical practice usage of this cleanse, balance, build philosophy. That's why I got involved. I said 30 years is a long time. I can't out-research that. They had a 3-year waiting list for people to get into the clinic just so they could get placed on this cleanse, balance, build philosophy. They decided to make it available to the public. I was one of the first that found out about it. Well, I said to my brothers after doing my research and comparing what they offered to what I was already purchasing at the health food store, I'm in. Click of a button, all going to come to my house, I'm in. And that's how I started, with no intention of doing anything with the business. And in fact, the business was so cheap that I thought this can't possibly be a real business. The first person who made me aware that it was potentially a business was my CPA. Now, if I lived in Asia or in Europe, UK, I would have been all over this business very likely, because in those countries, this type of business is the business to get started in. It's the business to make money. In fact, you're foolish if you're not involved in one of these businesses. Well, we're the opposite here in the US. And for me, it was just such a small investment. I had no idea what it could pay me. So here's my question to you as I begin to share with you about this company. What are you doing right now that you spend 30 minutes a day on, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 30 minutes a day, that 5 years from now will be paying you a weekly paycheck for decades to come? If you're not doing something that will pay you residual income for years, decades to come from activities you're doing now, please listen very closely to what I am going to share with you tonight. When I first started sharing this with others, it was because of the results my family felt and what we saw. We literally saw a change in our household, and I felt ethically obligated to share it. In the beginning, the checks were simple: $5, $30, $85, $90. Not very exciting. Not very exciting when you made the kind of money that I made as a PA. Not very exciting when I had as much going on as I had going on. But as the years went by, these checks began to match and then surpass what I made as a PA. I was consistent. I was persistent. I continued to do activities that had eyeballs looking at what I was doing on a regular basis. And I now make 5 times what I used to make working as a PA. Now, most people don't have the kind of story I have. Most people can't do 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. They'll do 3 hours on Monday and then walk away for 3 weeks. But if you can commit 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, say for 5 years, you could create a lifetime of income for not just you, but generations to come. Change your family's wealth for generations to come. I've actually seen people create weekly checks in less than 6 months. But I'm going to say for the average, what else are you doing that in 5 years could create that kind of a check for you? This is very real. Company's been around 15 years. We are debt free, and we are huge in other countries. But in the US, only about 55,000 people know that we exist. So I'm going to share this information with you tonight. You're going to hear me talking a lot about the business, because I know that most Americans don't have multiple streams of income. I know that most Americans want additional streams of income, but you think you have to go work as a bartender, work at Starbucks, invest in a brick and mortar business, which is what I did, and incur all the overhead and the time constraints that come with that. There is a better way. And I'm really, really passionate now about educating people on a way to create additional income. There's not many people who have learned how to leverage their time, how to do things now that will pay you later. And that is really what this is all about. In fact, there's even things you could do tonight if you got started to where I could be making you a check tomorrow while you're working full time. Maybe you're a teacher with students and you get out of school at 3:34 and emails have come in because people have joined your team. Orders have been placed on your team that you can then go and cash in and make money off of. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know who you know. I don't know what steps you're going to take in the right direction if this is for you. But if it's not for you and you only have one stream of income, please, please, please look for something that can create that additional stream of income for you outside of what I'm talking about right now. My goal in the beginning was to help people with their health, and it still is. But I've quickly realized Rachel Garcia can only touch so many lives a day. There's only so much of me to go around. I have 2 teenage boys, which those of you who have toddlers, they need you more in the teenage years than they do in their toddler years, believe it or not. I have a husband who's very needy. I have a dog who's sitting at my feet right now, very needy. And then I have all these people that I've shared peer with who request a lot of my time. And I quickly learned I only have so much time to go around. So I'm going to create this system that allows you and whoever you share this with to plug into this system that we have and have a business literally at your fingertips. Think of it like a franchise, guys, but without the paperwork, without the royalty fees, without the lease for the strip mall space, without the contracts. Okay, think of overhead, think about it like that. The ability to create multiple streams of income. So as you begin to listen to this, I want to warn you. People will go, is this one of those businesses? I don't know if I want to get involved in one of those businesses. And I like to ask the question, what do you mean by that? This business model is literally touted as some of the most brilliant minds of our times have said. You can find them on record on video saying this is the best business model for new entrepreneurs and old entrepreneurs to get started in. Because what often happens is you start to create this residual income that you use to pay off debt, that you use to build a savings account, that you use to start investing in more business opportunities. A lot of people wanting to get started with multiple streams of income, you need money to make money. They don't have $100,000 to go buy a franchise. They don't have that. This could be that thing that gets you going, okay? So again, massive in other countries, frowned upon in the US because it's good to be an employee here. It's good to have a 9 to 5 and trade your hours for dollars. I'm being sarcastic. Read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you don't understand the power of having multiple streams of income. So what is this business? What is Pure? And I'll tell you, there's a lot of businesses in this profession that are no good. They don't make it past the 5-year mark. They're touting placebo patches and hair care and makeup and oils. And there's nothing wrong with any of that, okay? But I made a lot of money as a PA. I saw a lot of patients. I actually made a difference in people's lives. I was not going to get involved in selling bags or candles or wrinkle cream couldn't do that and feel good about myself because I went to school to help people. What we have is something that truly helps people from the inside out. If you haven't yet read the book, The Truth About Cancer, it's an eye-opener as to why we are taught in medical school the importance of pharmacologic medications. Once my nephew was diagnosed with autism, I started to learn the importance of nutrition. How did this company start? It was in a clinic. There was a 3-year waiting list for people to get into this clinic. After 30 years, they utilized this philosophy of cleanse, balance, build. And they decided to start this company that was only going to spread word of mouth. Instead of paying a marketing firm to do billboards and commercials and radio ads and to buy shelf space in Whole Foods, they chose to pay the people who already knew it worked a commission for anybody they referred to the company. And that's how it started. And it was brilliant because I would walk into Whole Foods, see this on the shelf and would pay it no mind. But because somebody that I believe said, you've got to look at this, I agreed to. And within minutes, I recognized the truth of cleanse, balance, build. I recognized the fact that they'd used this for 30 years in a clinical practice. And I thought, I can't out-research that. I knew they were speaking truth and I saw the ease. Click a button and the best of the best is sent to my house. I don't have to have the juicer and the organic garden and go to the supplement store and look at the back of all the bottles. It's all going to come to me. I am in. I am in. See, we get one house, guys, one house that our souls live in our whole lives. But most of us treat our phones, our cars, our shoes, our curtains better than we treat our house. You get one. And you have to make it last your whole life. And there's warning signs that go off in your cars if you're not taking care of it, with your air filter in your house. If you're not taking care of it and cleansing it, the air conditioning breaks, right? What are the warning signs in your body? Fatigue, can't lose weight, tired all the time, bloating, stomach hurts, brittle nails, you have plantar fasciitis, you have wrist pain, you can't lift your arm over this point. There's a lot of things that are signals that alarm, danger. And what we've been taught to do as a human race is to go to the doctor. And I will tell you, because I was the prescriber, I wrote 200 prescriptions a day at one point in my career. We write your prescription. Check your lab work. Oh, you need some vitamin D. Here's a vitamin D prescription. Something that's been cooked up in a lab with a bunch of formulators. This is plant, whole raw food nutrition. Through my studies with my nephew's cancer, I found this book, The China Study, largest human population study ever done, shows that everything we need for our bodies to work the way we're supposed to work comes from the ground. Genesis 1:29, oldest book of wisdom, says everything we need for our bodies to work the way they're supposed to work comes from the ground. This is health from the inside out with whole raw food nutrition. We have a medical advisory panel made up of medical doctors who are literally recommending this in their practices. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. That's what I used to prescribe for 20 years. I walked away from practicing medicine in December of 2019 because I just found a better way to help people. See, and when I first started practicing, I would see maybe 6 patients in an hour. By the end, I was seeing 6 patients in 15 minutes. Medicine had changed. I found a better way to help people. And now when I see people who've gotten started on this, they come to me and say, thank you so much. You've changed my life. You've changed my mom's life. You've changed my child's life. The teachers notice a difference. I'm going to show you where you can see some of those testimonies. It is literally the future health, the future industry, like if you were to go and look in as a business person, what is the next $1 trillion industry? Well, this has been shown, it's health and wellness. But what a lot of companies are doing, or a lot of smart business people are doing, is they go, okay, health and wellness is the next $1 trillion industry. Let's hire some scientists, and they can formulate some vitamin D and some omega-3s in a lab and put it in a capsule. Or maybe they'll grow some omega-3s in Gainesville. You can grow chia in Gainesville, but agricultural studies have shown if you don't grow it near the equator, it has no omega-3s in it at all. Package it as if it has omega-3s and sell it to you to make a buck, because it's the next $1 trillion industry. That's where a lot of companies fail, is they're starting these companies chasing the dollar. This company was started because there was a demand. It's the best of the best with one click delivered to your door. As a PA, as somebody who was practicing medicine, before I decided I could share this with anybody, I was going to do my research. And I researched forwards and backwards. A lot of our products that we offer are one ingredient products. The clinical studies have been published on them, not by the company, for decades. And I'm like, yeah, I need goji. Yep, I need noni. Yep, I need sulfur. Yep, I need chia. It's all out there. We just have the best in one location. No more buying from multiple different companies. One click of a button, all comes to my house, and I get a 20% discount or reward points to use next time I order. So I'm talking fast, okay? We have short attention spans as Americans. PureLifeChangers.com. You can hear the doctors educating on the products. You can hear testimonies on the products. You can hear a lot of information on the products, okay? But our products are powerful. I'll go back to this page for just a minute, and I'll talk about it again in a little bit. On this page, you see our starter package, okay? You can pick and choose products, but if you were invited tonight, don't think of it like going to a candle party or a bracelet party where you're like, I'm gonna buy the pumpkin spice candle and do Susan a favor. You're not doing anybody any favors, buying a pumpkin spice candle, buying the cleanse, okay? This is our starter package. The Core Plus is the bare minimum I would recommend starting with. We have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, and I'm going to tell you in a little bit the results that most people see in 30 days. But I want you to think of it as taking your body in for a servicing. Just like our car, lights are going off. I have to take my car in for a servicing, right? And that's going to cost me money to take the car in for a servicing. But once I do, it's now going again, right? Running well. I actually have to put like the 93 premium gas in my car to make sure it continues to run well. My car is an expensive car. I want it to run well. I'm going to put the expensive gas in it. What's more important, my car or my house that I live in my whole life? This should be what we're putting the expensive gas in. Now, it's no good if what you're putting in, you can't tell. If you're putting in good supplementation and you can't tell when you take it and you can't tell when you don't, I would look again what you're taking. If your lab results don't show a change, I would look again at what you're taking, okay? But this deserves more attention. We're taking it in for a servicing, and then we're going to do maintenance on it. And the maintenance should be $125 to $150 a month. I think of it as health insurance. Personally, that's how I think of it. And as a result, we didn't get COVID in our house. I'm not going to make claims about you will or won't get COVID with Pure. We've had radical health changes in our house, and we don't worry about disease and infections. We live in an alkaline state. We pour plant-based nutrition in 30 seconds in the morning, more than most Americans get in a week. And as a result, our bodies live in a state that is not prone to disease and infection. This book, Chris Beat Cancer by Chris Wark, tells you how important consuming more vegetables and plants than you do meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread is. There's a retail option. Many of you are on here to find out about the products. I'm going to talk more about that in just a moment, or you can go to purelifechangers.com. Choose to be a preferred customer if you're really into the products. But I'm still talking to those people who need an additional stream of income, who know the holidays are coming and they're like, yeah, I don't have money for that. I don't have money for my kids. You're worried about money. Maybe we'll put more on a credit card. How are we ever going to get out of that credit card debt? I don't know. Maybe I'll win the lottery one day. Okay. Not a good plan, friends. So those people need to look at being an independent business owner. So our starter pack, the cheapest one, is $289. If me saying that just freaked you out, made you go click, I'm turning it off because you can't afford $289 for your house to be serviced. You need to really listen to what I'm about to share with you. If you're thinking of other people that need to hear this, you need to listen to what I'm about to share with you. If you're into multiple streams of income, if you have big dreams to have multiple businesses, to get into real estate, but you don't have the income or the money to start those up front, listen closely to what I'm going to be sharing with you. Now, I'll briefly tell you, there's a few ways to do this. My son has 30,000 followers on TikTok, and he has all these people chasing after him, trying to get him to sell hats and t-shirts and all kinds of things. They're direct marketers. They're affiliate marketers, right? So he puts a link up, people buy it. He gets $1, $2, $3 here and there. He sells pure for a number of different reasons, but you get 20 to 50% back on every order. And he has a loyal customer base. If you have 10 customers who order 3 to 4 products a month, which the average person does, you'll make $400 in commissions. If you have 20 customers who order 3 to 4 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month in commissions. Now, that's not life-changing income, but it can have a very significant income change in your household for a lot of people. So I started making this kind of money. I started selling the products, talking about the products everywhere I went, because we have life-changing results. And I started talking about it, and I started making this kind of money. And it was just for me, like, okay, that's nice money. That's fine. It wasn't replacing my PA income. It wasn't getting me out of working on Fridays. That's for sure. Then something started to happen. Some of these customers would come back and say, oh my gosh, like I've lost so much weight. I'm pooping every day. I'm no longer struggling with the autoimmune disease. My lab results are all fantastic. I have a medical doctor here in town who no longer has liver function damage from the chemo drugs she was taking for her rheumatoid arthritis. And they're like, I have to tell people. I have to tell people. How do I do that? Well, we have this simple system we plug you into where we teach you how to, in 30 minutes a day, do this. And before you know it, you guys, you start sharing it with people, and really all you're doing is inviting them to watch a presentation. You could have people all over the world who literally every time they're sharing it, you're getting a small percentage of anybody who orders as a result of somebody you told. You open your mouth and start sharing it. Somebody decides to buy it, you're going to start earning checks. And that's where it really begins to grow. Let me give you an example here. All right, I like to think about vending machines, because when I was in the OR all day long, I'd be like, how can I make money on the side? How can I make money on the side? Vending machines on I-95, right? Seasoned Cheetos. Every time somebody buys it, I get 50 cents. And if I have a lot of vending machines, maybe I'll make, $50 in an hour. I don't know. I was just thinking, right? This is like that, except instead of giving death and Cheetos and Pepsi, I'm giving people life. Every time they purchase Pure products, it's life-changing nutrition going into their body that their cells are screaming for. Okay. So making a little bit of money, like making a little bit of money from your customers. And then you find some people who go, well, products sound great. I want them. I'll use them, whatever. You could be selling dog food, Rachel. I need to make an extra $10,000 between now and the end of the year to pay off this bill, to put the deposit down on my son's college that he just got accepted to, like whatever. They need money fast. They don't care what we're selling. They just need to know how to make money fast. You will find those people if you invite the way I teach you to. Okay. And they say, just tell me what to do. I'll go tell everybody, tell me what to do, because everybody knows somebody who's struggling with their health. Everybody knows somebody who's struggling with lack of time. Everybody knows somebody who's struggling with finances. We don't know who this is for, so we just tell everybody, I have something that might be for you. If I send you a link, will you join tonight at 8? Will you join tomorrow at noon? Yes, I'm going live tomorrow at noon. So I find Bob, who begins to share this with others, actually the top 2 at the page. I find Frank. Right? Frank is my very first person. And then I find Susan. So I have only 2 teams I'm building. I put Frank in and I put Susan in. Now I find Bob. Bob's like, oh, Rachel, I saw your Facebook post. I want to join too. Bob, am I going to put him on Frank's team or Susan's team? I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Put him over on Frank's team. Right? And then I find Kristen. Kristen goes on Susan's team. And then I have 2 more people who come to me. So whoever has invited you tonight, they probably invited a lot of people on, right? So Frank is getting all these emails. Bob, just joined your team. Beth, just joined your team. He's like, who are these people? Well, every time these people go on their team, money is going into a bank account for Frank. He doesn't get it until he begins to start to share. So then Beth comes in and Beth starts to share. Right down here at the bottom, see Beth brings in Leah, Beth brings in Brenda. All of that income is going in Bob's bank account, going in Frank's bank account. So if you're watching this tonight and you're like, I am intrigued, get your questions answered. I stay on live and do Q&A at the end. Get your questions answered. You don't want to be Leah at the bottom. You don't want to be Jason at the bottom, Susan's team. You want to be the first person in. So anybody else Susan tells, you start getting those emails while you're working your full-time job tomorrow. Like, people are joining my team. People are joining my team. It means nothing until you start to share it. But people that joined my team 15 years ago have thousands and thousands of people underneath them. And it's a bank account sitting there. Some of them with hundreds of thousands of dollars in a bank account. All they have to do is find one person to start to cash in on all of that income. Do you know 2 people who might be interested in this? I'll tell you right now, I can guarantee you, you don't know who they are. You don't know who's going to be interested. You don't know, because we don't walk around with signs saying, I need money. I haven't pooped in a week. I have plantar fasciitis and nothing is working. You don't know. So here's the most you can spend. I saw the presentation. It was very focused on the products. I'll talk about that in a minute. And I said, $2,500. It's enough for my whole family of 4 to really use the best of all the products that they have for a couple months. I'm in. Give me all of it. You get an extra $1,500 worth of free. This is $4,000 worth of products for $2,500. I said, I'm in. Now, whoever invited you tonight has one of these coupons that they can give you. It gives you 20% off, making it $2,055. Okay, I didn't get that deal when I got in, but I came in with the family package because I was a family of 4 plus my sister and her son. I want the biggest package. Okay, now you get into our mentorship coaching program that I offer, where you get into the potential to earn the leadership trips that my husband and I offer twice a year. We just came back from Costa Rica with a huge group that earned that trip. You also are in the company star bonus program, which is more money for sharing. You get 4 of these to share with the people that you're inviting to take a look, and you get a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So, and you get to write it off. Okay, so basically you're getting your family's health and you get to write it off. The next step down in the business side is a Reset Plus. There's a number of different things that you can do. I'll talk about the Reset in a moment. It's about $1,500 with this. It makes it about $1,200. You get 4 of these as well. You don't get into our VIP mentoring program or the ability to earn the leadership trips, but you do get the company star bonus program. So it is a great step down from the VIP family package and another great way to start a business. Again, a write-off. I have had people get products, set it to the side and say, tell me how to go make my money back. This is how you do it. You go start sharing it. We teach you. You don't do it without us teaching you. We teach you how to invite people to take a look at this. In fact, I tell my people that enroll with me, don't say a word until I've trained you. Okay, all the training is you can watch on your phone, and then we meet you online to talk about your goals and ask you if you have any questions, and we teach you how to invite. This is how the invite goes. Okay. Hey, Teresa, I know we haven't talked in a while. I've got something that I mean, you've got to look at it. I think it's amazing. I don't know where you're at in life, but if I send you a link, will you get on like tonight at 8 o'clock and take a look at it? No, I'm busy tonight at 8. What is it? There's no way I can explain it. How about noon tomorrow? Would that work? Could you get on tomorrow at noon? That's it. Invite. Now I could invite your friends, but they don't know me. And I would look like a political telemarketer, and nobody wants to look like that, right? But people who believe, like, and trust you will say, really? Okay, sure, I'll get on. It's not for everyone. I believe the products are for everyone. The business is not for everyone, and that's okay. I pray people out of my business every day. God, close the eyes of the people who aren't meant to see this. I don't know who's meant to see it. You can get started in the business with our starter pack of the Core Plus, which I already mentioned. You won't get 4 of these. You won't get in the VIP mentoring program. You won't get the star bonus program. But if you're struggling financially and that's all you can do, you can start there. You're going to be charged a $49 business builder fee, and you'll have to pay shipping. The upper 2 packs, you don't have to pay either of those. So I would say, if you can stretch a little bit, get a little uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, then you're like, okay, I'm definitely going to invite people to the noon tomorrow. I'm definitely going to invite people to the 8 o'clock tomorrow. All right. And just really quickly, so you can see, you start inviting, and when 4 people decide to join with the same package you came in with, so let's say you came with the family package, you're going to get $400 times 4 in sponsor bonus, plus a team commissions bonus of at least $400. Plus, you're going to get generation check match. You're going to get the star bonus, but a minimum of not $2,000. You just made your investment back. Sometimes people do this in their first week. Sometimes they do it in 4 weeks. Sometimes it takes them 4 years. I don't know what you will do. And that's where this industry gets a bad name. Is you're like, promise you're going to be able to do this, and you're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to do. I don't know what you're going to be able to do. I mean, look at the gyms every year in January. There are people with all these goals and ideas, and they pay money to be able to come into that gym, and they set all these big goals, and then March, they're all gone, right? I don't know what you're going to do, but I know I'm here with my leaders to lock arms with you to help you do whatever it is you want to do. And if you're struggling financially, I've never found a better business to get started in for such a low amount of money that will get your family's health on track, that can turn around and create literal weekly checks and time freedom. So whether you're looking at the business or you're looking at the products, go to livepure.com, throw into the cart whatever it is you're most interested in, and go to checkout. Okay. All we do is share with people. I found something amazing. You should take a look. I found something amazing. You should take a look. We talk about Netflix series and books and restaurants all the time. Why not share health? Something that is truly life-changing. There's literally no cap to what you can earn. The sky's the limit. As a PA, I was capped out to how much I could make. You can earn trips around the world. This is my husband and I in Australia. Since then, we have helped thousands of people earn weekly checks and hundreds of people earn free trips. These are trips to the Keys. These are trips to Bora Bora with our team members, Mexico, Cancun. We've been to Hawaii 3 times. We've been to Europe 3 times. This is in Italy 6 months ago with over 50 people that we helped earn this trip. You can do so much here. I'd never been to Europe before Pure. I'd never been to Hawaii before Pure. Now I'm going to be going to Greece in September, and I plan to take 200 people with me on that trip alone. It could be you. Absolutely could be you. There's so many lives that have been changed. If you go to purelifechangers.com, you will see stories like Kristen and Skip's. Kristen and Skip's story touches my heart because the girls, I know her girls now. I did not know Kristen before Pure, by the way, but I know her girls now. I love her girls, and they did not know their mom. I mean, she traveled all the time. And the last 4 years, she has been able to be at home with her girls and develop that relationship with them before they go to college, which I'm going to tell you right now is priceless. And there's so many parents that are working so hard and do not get to do that. Josh and Ashley were in debt, paid off their debt 6 weeks after starting Pure, their credit card debt, and then were able to take their Pure cash flow checks that were coming in and invest in real estate. They now have 12, 13 real estate properties that isn't just another investment. 13 different streams of income plus Pure, plus his full-time job that he's always had. If you wanted to get involved in real estate, you just don't have the money to get started in it. I watched Josh do it and I was like, I guess I could do real estate. So now we have real estate and Airbnb that we were able to do because of our Pure money that we make. Josh, David and Lindley's lives radically changed, going from worrying about money to having no worries about money at all, and building this massive team of people who love them. And it's the relationship building that's really, really powerful here. Susan and Will, I've traveled the world with. I'm going to be up in Montana with them in 3 weeks. When you join and you start to really build, it doesn't really matter where you live. I will come and help you build, or one of our diamonds will. And I didn't tell them, I didn't know them. I told someone who's no longer here, who told someone who's no longer here, who told someone who told someone who told someone who's no longer here, who told Will. And Will and Susan went to work. And literally anybody in their area of the world that knows about Pure largely knows about it because of Will and Susan. They've earned trips to Bora Bora, Hawaii, Italy, and I'll be up there with them in 3 weeks. It is real. Again, stay on afterwards if you have questions, guys. Then we have the health testimonies. I don't know what you're struggling with. Migraines, insomnia, restless leg syndrome. Dr. Akpala is a medical doctor up in New Jersey who is struggling with weight. She saw Pure. I didn't even have to talk for more than 3 minutes. She said, I'm in. I already know it's all real. Give it to me. That's it. Got the family pack in. Crazy weight loss. Now recommends it to our patients. So whatever you're struggling with, whether it's depression, anxiety, I'm telling you guys, it's the result of being toxic, lacking in nutrition, and out of balance. And your life can radically, radically change with good nutrition. If you're not struggling with health, what are your grandparents struggling with? What are your parents struggling with? It's coming down the pipeline, the genetic pipeline towards you. It doesn't have to, but it is. And it's probably going to hit you faster than it hit them because of our lack of movement and our lack of nutrition. We are here to help that. Again, you get one house. You come to me all the time in their 70s and 80s. They've done decades of damage. There does get to be a point where you're past the point of return. Okay, so if you get started and you've done decades of Mountain Dew 3 times a day, you need to give it some, not just 30 days, you need to give it some time. Some of you are watching this on Changing Lives with Pure. Use the magnifying glass and go type in whatever ailments you're struggling with, or go to the media page and pull up all the there's pictures of lab work. I love that part of this. If you're watching this for the first time, ask whoever invited you to add you to this page. We now have over 10,000 members on this page, and testimonies are posted daily. Real testimonies from people who are using the products that you're looking at. Livepure.com, again, go throw whatever package you want in the shopping cart and then go to checkout. It's going to ask you, do you want savings to become a preferred customer? Yes. If you're just interested in the products, be a preferred customer, choose to be a preferred customer, enter the name of the person who invited you at checkout. If you're interested in building a business, choose to be an IBO. Remember those upper levels, and you'll see this PV right here. They call it points because we're in so many different countries. And a bag of Mila is worth 30 points in Korea, and it's worth 30 points in Thailand, and it's worth 30 points in the US. It's our internal currency. If your package equals over 1,000 points, you'll get free shipping. You will get the 4 coupons. You will get the $49 waived. It's pretty powerful. This is the organic garden. My husband and I were trying so hard to do nutrition right when my nephew was diagnosed with autism and I started to learn about nutrition. I got one of those big old juicers that I hated cleaning, and my vegetables eventually went bad because I just didn't have time to do it. Then I had the supplement cabinet that all educated Americans have. We take it here, we take it there. Our allergies start acting up, or our kids' allergies start acting up, and the Flonase isn't working. So we go to the supplement cabinet or the health food store, and the guy who makes minimum wage is asking you, "How can I help you, ma'am?" We don't travel with them. They don't make that big of a difference that we would travel with them. That would be weird. I'll tell you, when you find Pure, you don't travel without it. So if you're taking supplements and you can't tell when you take it and you can't tell when you don't, you need to take a serious look at what you're taking. I had a massive weight loss in 3 months. My son's constipation issues were gone. My sleep, I had horrible sleep issues in that picture on the left. Thought it was normal. I have 2 babies. Of course I don't sleep. That'd be weird. It wasn't normal. I also thought I was really healthy in that picture on the left, by the way. I found there's a lot of Americans who are struggling with weight. They're struggling with pain. They're struggling with sleep. They're struggling with constipation or IBS or leaky gut or reflux or insomnia or migraines. And they're like, I eat organic. I have my supplements. I'm good. Okay. I'm not there in the living room with you. I can't see you rolling your eyes at me, but really think about that. If you're having to take an over-the-counter medication or give one to your child for their allergies, wouldn't it be wise to take a look at something that has a 30-day guarantee that could potentially make a difference? Migraines potentially go away, allergies potentially gone. My husband had horrible anger issues and depression issues gone, 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 gone. And that's why we will never travel without them, because we'd be divorced if I traveled without Pure. My nephew, who's totally nonverbal and screamed all day, was speaking 3 months after Pure. This is him. We were told he would never, we were told he would always be in diapers. We were told he would never speak. We were told he would always be in an autistic program. He is in the high school I went to getting A's and B's, taking the same classes my boys are taking. And this is his Instagram page from my niece's wedding last weekend. By the way, the pediatrician on the day of the diagnosis told my sister, "Don't look into supplements. It's all lies." I will again say, truth about cancer. Okay. So I now believe with all my heart that the majority of the health issues we face as a human race are the result of us being toxic, out of balance, and undernourished. We're drinking plastic water bottles. We're putting food in plastic containers and nuking it in the microwave. Our foods are being sprayed with herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides. We're staring at screens way too much, eating way too much sugar, not getting enough sleep, not getting enough exercise, and we're extremely undernourished. And multiple studies show that. This one from the Journal of Nutrition shows that more than half of our children are undernourished and not getting the vitamins and minerals they need for their bodies to develop properly. The study came out 12 years ago showing you have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get the same nutrition that our grandparents got from one of each of those things. This is why we have an obesity pandemic, because we're just shoving our faces full of food all the time and getting no nutrition. Cleanse, balance, build is the answer. It's a centuries-old philosophy. It was used in that clinic for 30 years, and now it's our philosophy. This is our starter pack. It's got a multivitamin that's the most comprehensive you'll find on the planet. It's got the best plant-based omega-3s you will find mixed with fiber. It's got a non-dairy plant calcium perfectly combined with magnesium, sulfur that decreases inflammation, a cleanse that cleanses the 7 channels that you eliminate through. A lot of people really into health can't even absorb the good nutrition they're putting in because they're so backed up. Their liver, their bowels, their kidneys, everything's all backed up. So we cleanse it all out. Goian is like our, I call it like wine without the alcohol. It's calming. Clinical studies have been published comparing it to antidepressants, E1. Right? So if you struggle with mood, if you struggle with rage, if you struggle with insomnia, pain, inflammation, allergies, sleep, restless leg syndrome, eczema, migraines, anything, why would you not take a look at this? High cholesterol, high blood pressure, high triglycerides. I'm not making claims about what will or won't work for you. I'm not making claims. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen for you, but the company is willing to give it a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're over 40, and again, you're on any kind of prescription medication or struggling with something specific, these superfruits have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. They've been clinically studied in our country for over 3 decades. Go look up the studies on noni. You will never go a day without it. You will go on a search to find the best kind of noni you can find, and we have the best. 100% noni, no pear juice, no apple juice added to it. It wasn't powdered down in the Polynesian Islands and then shipped here and rehydrated with who knows what. Best of the best. libido, circulation issues, reflux issues, allergy issues, asthma, pain. We have lots of videos on all of these. We'll show you where you can get them. But the 6 things people typically see when they start with our starter package is the better sleep, more energy, less pain, better bowels, better mood, and weight loss. I'm not here for that. I'm here for what happens in months 2 and months 3 and the lab work. No claims. Don't know what's going to happen for you. The sports line is tremendous. When you start to have energy, you start to want to work out. I was just listening to a nutritional seminar this morning about how people in their 60s and 70s are losing all their muscle mass. Maybe they're doing cardio, which is great for their heart, but they're not doing strength and resistance training, which is important for muscle, which if you don't have muscle and you're in your 70s and you fall, we don't want bones breaking, right? A lot of times people have brittle, broken bones because they're so acidic, their body's trying to get alkaline and it's taking the alkalinity out of the bones. We're all plant-based here. We help your body stay at the pH that it's supposed to be at. So the sports line is tremendous. It's really big for building muscle. So if you're trying to build muscle, you're going to love our sports line. It's the best of the best. And we also have a beauty product, the Me Collagen Pro, high amounts of collagen absorbed within 18 minutes, probiotics as well as biotin. So hair, nails, skin, joints, lots of great testimonies on that. If you struggle with alopecia, one of the questions we always get is, how do you get this in your kids? And for years, I lined up these little cups every morning. They come with the products in the starter kit and would pour all this out every single morning for my boys to drink their Go-Yin, their super fruits, their calcium, their vitamin. I have videos of my kids taking them from really as young as toddler age and 3 and 4, but this is my then 8-year-old drinking all of those cups that I poured every single morning. And my children in 30 seconds get more nutrition in their bodies than most people get in a week. Seriously. And they can tell when they get it, when they don't get it. My 15-year-old came home yesterday. He leaves for school at 5:50 in the morning. He was like, Mom, can you pour the super fruits before you go to bed tonight and put them in the fridge? So I've got all these poured out on a plate in the fridge. He takes them every single morning before he goes to school. And if he doesn't get them, he can tell. I make now a smoothie for him that has the Mila in it. You'll see a video of him here eating a muffin with Mila in it. You can put it in French toast. You can put it in muffins. You can put it in waffles. You can put it in applesauce. You can put it in yogurt. You can put it in ice cream. Omega-3s are essential for your child's brain development, motor skills, less aggression, better sleep, better bowel habits. So important. Last but not least, we have a reset program and we have a training site that once you start buying our products, we plug you into the training site so you can learn from lots of people how to eat it, when to eat it, how to get it in your kids' bodies. But we also have a reset program for those people who are struggling to lose weight. I hit my 40s and something happened, you guys. I could not lose weight no matter what, no matter how much I worked out. I was starving myself, slowing my metabolism way down, under 1,000 calories, and still couldn't get the weight off. So I tried Pure's metabolic program. And let me tell you, you're eating every 3 hours. You're eating within 30 minutes of waking up. You're eating more than you've ever eaten. And you're utilizing the core complete products plus some fat burners and metabolism burners. Look at this, health from the inside out. And we tell you exactly what to eat, when to eat it, and it's tremendous. The weight loss we've seen in this 6-week program is around 15 to 20 pounds, and a lot of the midsection weight loss, and then tons of food. What we're hearing is like people are saying, I can't believe how much I'm eating. I didn't know I could lose this much weight, eating as much as I'm eating. And you're eating carbs, you're eating protein, you're eating a lot. I'm just going to tell you, you're eating a lot. So the Reset Plus, that's why that's such a popular package. Again, you're utilizing all of the Core Plus products. And last but not least, prices. The Core Complete is $414 for your servicing, right? This is taking your body in for a servicing. Okay, so it's a little more than $10 a day for 30 days, 30-day satisfaction guaranteed. This is what I recommend as the minimal starter package. But if you really can't do that, $289 is the Core Plus, less than $10 a day. If you struggle with $289 for anything that you want, if you don't have $289 in your bank account, guys, look at the business portion. Please look at the business portion. I don't want to see anybody struggling financially. It's not that difficult. You don't have to go put a uniform on and go work somewhere. If you have a phone, you can do this. Promise you can do this. I don't know if you will, but I know you can. Our reset program is $1,500 plus you get the 20% off coupon, drops it down to $1,200 for 2 people to do the reset program. And we're about to release a challenge. I just finished one challenge and we sent $500 to Pamela Egler for winning our Reset Plus challenge. We're about to start another one. So if you're interested in this, get your products now. The first 7 days of the challenge is just utilizing the Core Plus products along with whatever it is you're typically doing for your eating. last but not least, go back to livepeer.com, throw in whatever you want to your pack. When you go to checkout, choose whether you want to be an IBO or a customer. I'm doing this twice a day, Monday through Thursday, once on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tomorrow I have testimonies all day long tomorrow. Typically I try to have testimonies, somebody else come on and share their experience. And tomorrow will be full. So if you have someone that you're thinking of that needs to hear this and you're not ready to quite join yet, although remember, the sooner you join your friend's team, the more likely you are to get emails saying somebody else has been placed on your team. It's your husband on tomorrow at 12. You can get on the Changing Lives with Pure page and watch this all over again because I'm live in there right now. Ask your questions. Stay on afterwards and ask your questions, please. I haven't always given this much time to live presentations. I don't really like going live. I just rushed home from my son's soccer game. He's a senior, and I just rushed home. He scored the only goal in the game. Thankfully, I was there, and I'm giving you my time to answer whatever questions you have about the family pack, about the reset, about the business, about how does it work, anything. Ask whatever you want. Take advantage of that, okay? When you join with one of our programs, that's what you're getting. You're getting my attention or one of our leaders' attention to help you build this business. We're going through kind of an explosive stage right now. Less than 55,000 people in the United States even knows that Pure exists. We're totally debt-free. We're 15 years old. We're not allowed to scream from the rooftops on the internet or social media that we help people get off prescription medications. We're not allowed to do that. So it's kind of like sharing Christianity in China, like in closed rooms. So I'm being very bold right now, okay? I don't know if you're going to get off your prescription medications. I'm not making any claims. I'm just saying, take a serious look at what we're doing. Okay. All right. So I have overtalked. We have a team call tonight. The next reset challenge, I'm trying to decide, Annie, if it's going to be before the holidays or after the holidays. The sooner you get your products, the better. So it looks like that was our only question. I'm jumping over to our team call. I hope that this has been enjoyable. I hope I see you tomorrow at noon, and you can type your questions in the comment section on Changing Lives if you're there.